New crazy paper that lets LLM reason with the video. So if you ask it what's the color of the shirt of the female person in the video, it can give you a timestamp. It was at this time and at this location in the video that I found this female person, and color is red. So it gives you location on the frame and time, and it can reason like this. Now I will explain how they built this LLM that can use the video to reason and show you the evidence where in the video it found the answer. It's called OpenO3 Video, and it will not only give answer but show exact moments, timestamp, and the specific object in the video that it uses as evidence. So the main problem this solves is that when LLM is looking at the video, analyzing video, we don't actually know what it's looking at. And this LLM will create a box around the thing and submit evidence from the video when giving the answer. So researchers create the dataset and the two-stage training pipeline to reward the model for showing where it found the evidence and the answer in the video. And this is similar to OpenAI's O3, thinking with images, where it can zoom image, crop image, etc. to enhance its own thinking process and understanding of the image. Or I should say it's inspired by this. First of all, they released two new datasets. This one is for initial training phase, supervised fine-tuning. And the other one is for reinforcement learning, for reasoning. So to generate this data, they use Gemini 2.5 Pro to create question-answer keyframes where in the video, and the box for each keyframe around the object. For example, if it's a question about a cat, what animal is this? It will say a cat and create a bounding box around the cat. And then later they will filter all of the wrong bounding boxes. They will also use Qwen VL to check if the bounding boxes are correct. They also made sure that every piece of evidence said by the LLM also has its own bounding box, timestamp, and all of this that can be seen in the video where that evidence correlates, where it's taken from. The two-stage training strategy goes like this. First, they teach it just to output these object and then cat and then box to output coordinates of the box in the video, the timestamp. So just in the first stage, they're teaching it the format of the response. So that's supervised fine-tuning, and in the reinforcement learning second stage, they just teach it then to find correct answers. So using the reasoning, the model learns to maximize the reward it gets for correct answer and correct evidence in the video for that answer. This is example, and they're using GSPO here. So I explained GSPO in a video. It's similar to GRPO, but with some differences. It's made by Alibaba Qwen. And you see here how it puts a bounding box around this woman. And so it's gonna put these coordinates within these box tags of corners. And there are multiple types of rewards. So first, the format is the format correct, adjust these tags, and then accuracy is the answer correct, and also this thinking part of how it's using the video to think, which is divided into temporal. So is the timestamp correct? So where it found evidence. So that's the first thing, is the timestamp correct? And during the training, in the beginning of the training, they're gonna just measure if the timestamp is close to the correct one. But later in the training, they're gonna make it more strict, and the timestamp is gonna have to be even more precise. And the spatial reward is if the bounding box is at the right place, but this would only be rewarded if the timestamp is also correct or close enough, depending on the stage of the training. And it's not looking at every frame of the video, it's just looking into 16 evenly spaced frames throughout the video. So if video is 80 seconds and we are just taking 16 frames, then you would calculate that you need to take a frame every 5 seconds. And so, because if we took every frame, it would be too much compute. But this can be solved with maybe variational autoencoder and stuff like JEPA. Maybe that's, we're gonna see that in the future, where we work with latent representation of the video and not the video pixels directly, while we can still draw bounding boxes around in the pixel space. And during training, it will also add a bit more frames that are critical for the learning. For example, if the generated data shows that frame at second 9, beginning of second 9 and beginning of second 21 are critical, then those frames will also be included. So that's just during the training, if the training data is using those frames to answer the question. So this is the way we have to deal with videos, because there are so many frames in the videos. And these frames or images are processed in the same way other images are processed. So you have a frame, it divides it into patches, let's say 16 by 16 pixels, and then flattens the entire patch from 2D patch to 1D long, 256 pixels, and then puts that through a linear layer to convert it to latent vector embedding that's usually a lot smaller. And so now we have a vector embedding for that patch. And we also make sure we are giving them the proper position location, so they know like the order of patches. The LLM knows the order of patches. This is classic vision encoding in vision language models. So this is just the vision language model they are using. It's not their contribution. Join my school to become AI researcher. It's free for now. I'm gonna make it paid later, so hurry up. A link below the video.